Hey, it's finally time to throw this bumper on. I spent some time and got the grill all taken care of on my last Blazer video. Now it's time to get this bumper put on. I've been excited about putting it on. I didn't jump right on it because I had to clean up these brackets. These brackets were fairly decent shape, but they're really dirty. And I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and paint them and just so everything looks right. I use on a lot of this black a lacquer base gloss black or semi-gloss black. It just looks like original equipment that way. And some of these other brackets, this one here, I just shot that Rust-Oleum rust treatment black paint. I put that on these ones here. These had a little more rust and I wanted to treat that. But anyhow, so I've got everything ready. That's not a brand new bumper. I would have loved to put a brand new bumper on here, but I got a lot more money to spend, and so I'm trying to save money and put that money where it matters. And that bumper's decent shape. You can tell it's an older bumper. It just doesn't have that super bright chrome, which is fine. You get it outside, it'll look fantastic. But actually, that's not even the bumper that came on this. The bumper that came on this was twisted really bad, so I got rid of it. And I wanted these bumperettes, so I found on Facebook Marketplace a bumper with bumperettes. And it had lights and everything too, but I ordered some new lights to put on it, just so they're clean and bright. And lights aren't that expensive, really. So everything's ready to throw on here. So I just need to, at this point, I think I have all the hardware. I rounded up all the bolts and stuff I thought I would need. And I have a few extras like the chrome bumper bolts, those carriage bolts. I just need 4 in all. The bumperettes take care of the ones here in the middle. And anyhow, so I know I'm rambling, but I want to get this thrown on. I'm going to get everything in and not almost snug, just so things can move a little bit, because I need to get bolts through here, through the bumper, and also need to line up with the brackets up here that I need to put on. So having everything kind of loose, I can get all the bolts in it, and then as I'm tightening it, I can make sure this bumper lines up. Hopefully it does. I don't have to tweak anything. The back bumper, I need to revisit that. I threw that on a while back and it looked great, but standing behind it, looking at it, I could see that it's crooked. And I don't know, this thing was abused a little bit when I got it. I've had to replace brackets and bumpers and all kinds of things. So it's not a surprise that it doesn't fit like it should, but I need to modify that or loosen it up and readjust it or something. Sometimes you can modify these holes if things don't line up right. Just kind of oversize them so your bolts will slide around, just kind of slotted, I guess. So anyhow, like I was saying, we're just going to put all this stuff loose and get the bumper on and finish tightening everything up. So let's throw this bracket on here. And these brackets, the hook here is the bolt for two of the 3 holes for the bracket. And if you're wondering, these hooks go to the inside towards the back. They don't go hook forward, they hook backwards. So there's a little wiggle room there. let's get this one on over here. Okay. So the hook jiggles a little bit, but this bracket doesn't move very much, and I don't think we're going to have much of adjustment out of that. Run these bolts down a little tighter here for this bracket. Just get them a little snugger. Then we can set the bumper in place. This one seems to have a little more movement than that one does. Okay. All right. What do we need? Just the bumper. Oh, and these lights, I'm going to put these on very last. I was so tempted to throw them in the bumper just so that they're in, but there's bolts in behind them, and I think with these out of the bumper, we can get to some of these bolts a little easier. We'll have hand access, and that won't be in the way of trying to run wrenches. That bracket comes in right behind it, and we got to get to this bolt. So I think that would be much easier doing that last. Suzume sent me this 24-piece ratchet set to do a review on and to put them in real-world use. So I decided I'm going to use these while I'm working on this Blazer. I have a battery I need to install in here, and it takes a 5/16 and I think a 1/2 inch. And then that bumper is going to need a 3/4 inch wrench for those bumper bolts. So I'm going to use that and just a regular box end wrench. These have a nice fine tooth ratchet along with a ratchet pivoting head. So you can use them both directions equally. And it's a chrome V material and they've got a nice finish. I like it. So I'm excited to try these out. I think they're going to be fantastic. And a regular box end wrench, and the bumper is going to be a good try. So let's throw this on. Now, obviously, there are going to be places where I can't get this. I will have to use a ratchet and a socket somewhere in here, I'm sure, just because I won't be able to get that into that place. I think I'm going to stop right here. It's pretty level. I eyeballed it this direction and straight on, and it's as close as I can get it. The other side's down as far as it'll go, so I can't lower that side for some reason. I do have all the brackets loose, so I'm going to tighten this side up, drop the jack, and then we'll go look at the other side and see what we're looking at there. All right, let's lower this down. That looks really good. Okay, now I've got some lights to put in. These lights here, they're labeled right hand, left hand. And they take a Phillips screwdriver. Nice. Let's put these in. There. There, how's that look? Well, I'm really happy with how this looks. It actually came out pretty good. I don't know what to say. That light there went in without pulling that outer brace out. This one didn't. So I don't know if I have a different year of brace in here. Maybe I've got an 83 brace. I don't know. So I have mixed feelings. If you put these lights in first, in the bumper first, then you're not going to struggle getting them in later. There's no way you're going to struggle, but you're going to struggle getting to this upper bolt. I was using those Suzume ratchet wrenches just to try them out, to see how versatile they would be on something like this. There were a few places I had to use a ratchet just because there's no way to get a wrench into it, whether it's a ratchet wrench or just a box-in wrench. There was no way of really getting a wrench in there. With the light in, this definitely had to be a socket. Even without the light, it was a struggle. I would recommend just using a socket on this one. The upper bolt in this bumperette push guard, I'd recommend using a socket on that as well. But everything else, yeah, 90% of what I did, I used with those ratchet wrenches on, and they worked great. Having that swivel head made it so much easier to get in, do some of those spots where my old ratchet wrenches, they're just straight and there's no angle to them at all. So it's pretty limited on what I could do with that. With these swivel head Suzume ratchet wrenches, they worked really good, and I'm glad. It's nice. Other than that, the front bumper's done, the grill's done, the fenders are done. I still need to do the hood, and I don't know when I'm going to get to that, when I make the time to do it, I guess. I still need to do the back bumper, and I'm just going to hold off on that. I'm afraid I'm going to have to pull the whole bumper back off and readjust the mounts, and I might have to oversize those holes just to get a little adjustment out of them. And so that's going to be a bigger project. I'm going to save a whole day for that, kind of getting later in the afternoon, and I'm getting tired of this. I got other things I need to do, but look at it. It looks like it's done on the front here. So, but like I say, get the hood done and get it on here, and all I have left is the back end and the interior. Blah, blah, blah. It's enough of that. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Suzume ratchet wrenches, they're a great deal. I'll put a link in the description for that. Check those out. They're a pretty good deal. Actually, it's a really good deal because it's a 24-piece set of wrenches, and they're good quality wrenches. I hope anything I did here was helpful. I like to share what I know just so you can do it yourself. So anyhow, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. We'll catch up with you guys later. Bye.